All right, y'all, give me 1 second. Technical difficulties. I don't know why this thing don't want it. It don't matter. There we are. Oh wait, I gotta come on camera. Ha! Okay, there we. What's going on, everybody? Look,
Hey y'all.
look, y'all know I'm goofy. Don't pay me not no mind. But whether I said whether. Welcome to the whether you like it or not panel. It's your boy Yocrates. We have really B here as well. JB is running late, and I think it's just going to be us three this evening.
Yeah, I didn't think JB was coming because it was his birthday. Why is okay? This is
Oh crap! And I yep. Whip. It's just gonna be.
okay. I'm trying to. You guys, it's not letting me put a picture up. I can't come on camera right now, and I'm trying to put a picture up, but StreamYard has done some really new weird stuff, and it's not letting me. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's not letting me put a picture up. So sorry, y'all.
Okay, well, never mind. I guess it's just gonna be myself and really be, which is fine. Um, we'll be able to run through this thing. Because I'll be honest, the only scene that I cared about was the therapy scene.
Um,
That,
I'm not gonna
that
say that's the only scene I cared about, but I don't feel like we could just spend a whole lot of time on a bunch of the other stuff.
okay. So y'all, unfortunately, we don't have tweets of the week. Look, y'all done got me twice this week, okay? And when I tell you literally, like, I ain't really had the time to do a whole lot, it's okay, all right? It's okay.
It's all good.
Yeah, wait, Cage gonna say y'all will give us a 2-minute panel. Don't tip me.
I don't think it'll be a 2-minute panel, but
I mean, relatively short. So we start this episode with the ladies coming in to do their little to the narcissist party and whatnot. The first activity is them reading mirrors of quotes. I mean, I guess. I mean, it seemed very blah to me. I mean, I'll give it a B for effort. What you say, really, B?
I say it was some bull hockey. It was Alexia just fulfilling her contract that she has to throw a party. So she made up this old bull hockey party, talking about it's a narcissist party, but it's not about Todd. But Todd is a narcissist, but we ain't talking about him. But we're gonna talk about the rest of the ladies who are all narcissists. But let's figure out who's the biggest narcissist. Girl, bye. With as Lisa called him with the TikTok witch doctor.
I mean, I kind of hollered with them like, damn.
That was hilarious. Now Lisa don't get a whole lot of them in, but Lisa, that was a good one. Call him a TikTok witch doctor. I was here for that, Lisa.
So, so that was the first activity. I believe there was only 2 activities, right? Wasn't it
Yeah,
just that and then the
while
game?
Lisa was taking a photo shoot, while she was having a whole photo shoot in the swing.
I'm okay, but I ain't even mad at her.
Well, first of all, I'm not
If
mad
it's
at
not
her.
if it ain't her, it's gonna be Larsa.
Larsa. But that's
So
what I was getting ready to say. You're not going to convince me that nobody else took a picture in that swing. I would have took a picture in that swing. The backdrop was beautiful. The flowers
yeah.
playing off of the white dress and all that. I would have taken a picture in that swing. So, I mean, I feel like that was just them trying to prove their point, put an exclamation point on Lisa being the narcissist. But yeah.
So now I don't have the questions, which I probably should have wrote the questions down, but
Who's the
it
most it was 3 questions. It was like
was 3.
who's the most self-centered, who thinks everything is about them, and something about who thinks everything's about them, who's the most self-centered.
Wasn't there one about accountability or something like that?
Yeah, who takes no accountability. And that should have been Larsa, honestly, but
Well, you know what was so crazy is with this exercise, I swear I felt like they was gonna come at Gertie.
they tried. Remember um Julia tried. Remember she said, well, what do you do when I was like, don't try to make this about Gertie.
Uh
Like
yeah, and I mean I was just shocked that I'm like, damn, everybody came for Lisa. Damn.
I think Lisa was a victim of she was the last one that did
Y-
something. I feel like if
Yeah,
Larsa had been the one that they had been sitting in that van waiting for 2 hours, then it would have been Larsa. If Gertie had been the one, it would have been Gertie. I just think Lisa became a victim of, she was the last one that did something that got on their nerves. And so everybody was coming for her. I honestly think that's what it boiled down to.
yeah,
Because I like the one that don't take any accountability, I really think that that should have been Larsa. Because girl,
yeah.
nothing is ever Larsa's fault. And Lisa made a good point when she was like, last year when y'all told me I was talking about Lenny too much, I haven't brought his name up since. And I had to think about it and I was like, you know what? He's right. Lisa has not been talking about Lenny. She said, and she said, and there's still stuff going on in our divorce. There's still things I could talk about, but I don't bring him up because y'all said y'all were tired of hearing about it. And I was like, you know what, Lisa? I have to give you credit that you did adjust. They told you to stop and you did. Yeah, give Lisa credit now.
Yeah, and I mean, I was here for, Lisa making the statement that y'all coming at me, but y'all ain't saying nothing to Larsa when Larsa came for every last one of y'all heads, and they rolled that beautiful beam footage. I'm like,
Baby, when they rolled that beautiful bean footage, I said, and that's why I said Larsa should have got listen, at the very least, the no accountability one. But she ain't wrong. She ain't wrong, but she said her whole phone is full of selfies of herself. Listen, listen, she's not wrong. And Larsa has done some really messed up stuff to those women.
so Cajun wants to know which of them on the show deserves a Shamia progression picture.
Ooh, Julia.
Oh,
Because I think
the
a lot of people liked Julia at first.
but here's the funny part, because I actually still have the picture saved where there's way too much in the left side. Like, we need to scoot that over, because Julia probably was decent episode 1, maybe, and then literally just plummeted after that. Like, she didn't even make it a couple of good.
I was never a Julia fan, but she didn't get on my nerves for the same. Like my issue with Julia in season one was the whole flirting thing with Adriana. I mean, with Ariana, whatever. I thought that was just disrespectful, and I was like, I don't find it cute. I just find it disrespectful that you run around here kissing and flirting with this whole woman on this thing because I didn't know her. But I think a lot
Yeah,
of people thought she was just cute and flirty and all of that kind of
I
thing.
thought she
And
was
this
weird.
season, people just think she's just mean.
I was, even before the thing started, and I forget at what point, but I know her and Gertie, I guess, we're talking about how they were able to come back from things. I think they were trying to get Larsa to maybe sit down with Lisa to hash things out. But you had you had Julia trying to go back down memory lane of what happened.
Hmm.
And then you had Gertie being Gertie over talking to her, which I'm like, it is Gertie. But at the same time and then Julia wants to get mad because why are you bringing it up? Ma'am, you the one that brought the shit up. I'm like, and look, I'm finna be here for the text message reveal next episode.
Girl, and
I
I
can't
am.
wait. And I'm like, if Gertie ain't never been a Capricorn, it was in that. I'm like, yep, there it is. There it
Gertie
is.
was like, because what you're not gonna do is gonna keep making me the bad guy in your story.
Yeah. And then one thing that I do want to talk about, and hopefully, like, if this, well, if I come off heartless, I don't really care. But I've said this, I say this all the time. Like, the world don't revolve around you. Just because something happened in your life, don't mean that everybody has to care. and and I'll say this: I have a cousin, lost a parent. I've lost a parent. I know how that is. The only thing is, she lost her mother, I lost my father. So it's a stark difference. I sat down, dealt with it. I mourned my father for 30 days. Again, my father's not Jewish, but I mourned him in a Jewish way. Got up, moved on. Maybe had minor instances where the shit came back up, right? With Lisa, either A, she's not like, I really feel that Lisa is using her father's passing as a crutch. I really feel that way, where it's every time something comes up, especially dealing with Larsa, is my father died, whereas you can lean on that because you feel like you're going to garner some sympathy. Because even though I'm not the biggest Larsa fan, I would have been like, okay, your father died, and what the fuck they got to do with me?
So for me, I see it a little differently. I hear what you're saying, but I see it a little differently. I feel like it keeps coming up because one of the instances in where Lisa is upset with Larsa happened while she was at her father's funeral. So I think that's why it keeps coming up because it's like, so while I was literally burying my dad, you was down here talking shit about me. You know what I mean? So I understand. I understand what you're saying, but I feel like that's part of why it keeps coming up.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully
And
we don't.
and I also understand what you're saying. And I know we're different in how we think about things as far as stuff like that's concerned. But I do
Mhm.
feel like if you call somebody a friend, I do think there should be a level of empathy there. Now, if you're just somebody I know, no, that's different. But Larsa and Lisa call themselves friends. So I do think
Yeah.
there should be a level of empathy when it comes to I lost my dad.
Oh no, most definitely, most definitely. And I'll be honest, like when it comes to my cousin, I hate to say that I gave her, I gave her a good 2 years. After 2 years, I had to tell her, like, all right, now, at first, when you lost your mom's, my auntie, it was a anchor where you know if somebody in the boat, you drop an anchor, how you could still move, but you just end up going in a circle. It
Hmm.
went from that to it became a crush where every time something happened, it was because I lost my mom. Like you're doing that, but I lost my mom, and it's okay. I hear you, and that's why I told her, it's just like I understand you lost your mom. Don't take this the wrong way, but that baby, that's a you problem at the end of the day. Just because you lost your mom, don't mean that the world is gonna stop. As heartless as that may seem, because again, I'm the friend. I'm gonna just tell you the truth, and after a while, it's if you realize that it's a soft spot, what are you doing to heal through that? Because it goes from you just being in mourning to you use this for attention, or you use it to deflect or to get attention off of you. I'm not saying that Lisa's doing it. It just comes off as that. And again, it ain't been that long, so I mean, I do have to extend some grace, but I'm just saying that's how it's
And
coming across to me.
right. And I also think in Lisa's case, and again, it's not our issue, but I also think in Lisa's case, she's dealing with some what's the word I'm looking for? Some guilt.
For not
She
having a
feels she
relationship with them.
for waiting so long because she said her father reached out and she just wouldn't let him back in. And by the time she decided to let him back in, he was dying. So I think there's some guilt there as well with Lisa, and that may be some where some of this misplaced anger comes from as well. You know,
Okay. No, I can see that. I can see that. Um, I mean, you okay, so that happens. Lisa has her breakdown. Lisa's off doing what Lisa does, and then you have Gertie, who
oh,
pretty much was just her whole thing is I'm giving what I want someone to give to me. She wanted to be mediator, wanted to help them fix everything. I do feel
Gertie
Gertie
been
was
getting on my
doing too
nerves.
much. Now I'm finna say this, and I in this scene, guess who Gertie reminded me of?
Oh.
Busy. And that's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, if you can tolerate Gertie, go back, watch that scene, and think about how busy he is on the panels with us. Okay, that's that on that. Um, and they really didn't get nowhere. You know, is what it is. And I mean, I do appreciate what Gertie was trying to do, where is trying to help coach it. The only thing is, Gertie, that's not your strong point, baby.
Child, Gertie was annoying.
Very. But again, it's Gertie, you know.
Even
Um,
with even with her ad libbing, yes, yes, oh yes, oh that's oh yeah, that's great, girl. If you don't go sit down somewhere, Gertie,
wait, Quake, how am I saying? Really? It was an observation of in that moment. I'm like, this is busy right here, pontificating, trying to sit here, have soliloquies and all this other stuff. trying to, make fetch happen. Yes, that was my observation. Okay, and of course, don't worry. Busy gonna have something to say on Monday. Trust me. Do you have anything else to say in reference to the goddess narcissist party thingamajiggy?
Did anything else really important happen? Uh, Stephanie get on my nerves again. Once again, talking about all I can think about is how many emails I'm missing right now, and I need to be off making money. Then I just feel like this is not the place for you because that's literally what these women do.
Oh
So
wait,
if it's beneath you to sit here and argue about dumb shit, then girl, you need to go find another show.
I also forgot to mention that she had a moment with Lisa when they read one of the mirrors,
So
and
child.
she quickly apologized to Lisa. And Lisa in her interview was just like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be late when it deals with Stephanie ever again."
Which is a lie.
From the pit to hell. But I
And then
mean,
and then Stephanie talking about in her confessional, Stephanie talking about, well, I think she learned her lesson. Like I don't think she'll be late again. And and the producer just laughed.
laughed. Oh shit, man, that right there was hilarious. Okay, I don't remember the next scene per se, but we do get Stephanie, her husband, Masood, and her wasn't that her mother and stepfather
That was her mother and father. I don't think
and
it's her
father?
stepfather. I think it's her father,
Okay, with her parents,
who is two
and
years older than her husband, which I just find to be nasty. I'm sorry. I just find that to be nasty.
I if look, if she like it, I love
I mean, that's fine, but I still think it's nasty.
it. But I will say that I did enjoy that scene, even though I felt like Stephanie was doing a lot. I did like hearing her parents talking and even them validating certain aspects of her, which sometimes things like this put things into perspective. So knowing that her father raised her like a boy, pretty much, don't be no little bitch, stop all that crying and all that other stuff. I can see that in her personality.
Hmm. All I got to say is this: I want to hear her sister's side of the story. That's all.
Oh yeah, oh definitely, yes.
Because now we find out that the sisters not only don't get along with you, but they don't get along with the parents, and it's two separate issues. So I want to hear. I want to know what the sisters got to say.
Yes, Yvette. Stephanie's parents. Yes, there was a dinner with her parents, and with her husband. So I mean, it was a nice scene. And I will say, and the only thing that I need clarity on is, so why is it that because your sisters are beefing with you, they're not talking to your mother and father?
No, she said it's separate issues. So they have different. Their reason for not speaking to the parents is totally different for why they're not speaking to Stephanie, according to what Stephanie said.
But she also said, but when they fell out, it further put a strain on that. Like,
Right.
I'm okay. Yeah, we need the siblings on here stat.
Yeah, I need to hear what the sisters have to say.
Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to see, because I think if I'm not mistaken, all we really have left is therapy, the meetup with Larsa and Lisa, and isn't that it?
Yeah, it wasn't really a lot in this episode. I hate, I don't like the word filler, but this kind of really was a filler because it was a lot. The goddess party lasted a long time, but it wasn't a lot there.
Mhm.
You
Right.
know what I mean? Like you said, they only did the two exercises, and the fact that it turned into basically Lisa feeling like she was being piled up on and then had a breakdown. I feel like that those conversations would have gone better if it had been stretched out. But the fact that it wasn't
Yeah.
stretched out, the fact that all of the focus was on Lisa, it kind of
Mm.
wasn't a lot there. Like I feel like if we had conversations about, well, why did y'all put the flag in Gertie's? I mean, even though Gertie only got two flags, Lisa, why did you put your flag in Gertie's vase? Tell me why. Oh, wait a minute, Larsa, because I think that one question about the not taking accountability, even though Lisa got more flags, excuse me, that one was more spread out. I think Lisa only got like 3 flags. It
Yeah,
was
she
still
only
the
got 3.
majority, but it was only 3. So now, like again, instead of focusing on the fact that Lisa got 3 flags, wait a minute, let's look at the fact that this question spread, the answers were spread out a little bit more. So let's talk about it. So does that mean that the majority of this group feels like the majority of this group doesn't take accountability? Let's talk about it. You see what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
feel like we focused on Lisa, even in situations where we didn't have to. And that could have furthered the conversation. So you can
Mhm.
look, you can tell that I do professional developments at my job. You can tell I do this because I would have never
Mhm.
stayed focused on one person,
Oh no.
even if the flags kept going to that one person,
Yeah.
I would have spread it out. I would have said, okay, we got it. You guys feel a way about Lisa, but wait a minute. This is a group conversation. This is a group activity. Let's, because I think one person said Alexia. I think they said Alexia got one of the ones for not taking accountability. Okay,
Yeah.
let's look at everybody. And I think Marisol got the least amount of flags. Okay. So
Oh
what
wait,
is it
and
that Marisol can bring to the group that, you know what I mean? What can she do to bring to the group since y'all seem to think, you know what I mean? Like there were different conversations. And I'm not saying they didn't have them. It was edited the way it was edited. They may have had those conversations and we just didn't see
I'm
it,
sure
you
they
know?
did because it went from being sunny to all of a sudden it was dark. A lot
Well, yeah,
happened.
they were definitely there all day. Well, hell, it took them 3 hours to get Lisa there.
But also, let's not forget that Marisol and Adriana was pretty much putting their flags in each other's, you know, vases and whatnot. But they don't like
Yeah.
each other. Cool. And one thing
Nobody
to
was taking it seriously. They were being petty. Nobody was really taking it
yeah.
seriously.
And one thing to, kind of like fluff this panel out a little bit is so back when I was in the military, I was stationed in Korea, but I had to go back to Fort Worth, Alabama for an NCO development school. Wow. So at the very end of it, we do peer-to-peer evaluations. Now, how it's normally done is you sit in the chair and everybody goes and they tell you their good things and about you and what you need to work on. This time around, our leadership decided, oh no, y'all write it down and we're going to read it. And I know me. I already knew what it was. So when I sat down, and I've also noticed people write the way that they talk most of the time. So as the leadership is reading off, because I don't care about the good shit, I want to hear the bad shit. And as I hear how it's being read, I know who wrote it. And I'm kind of cutting my eyes a little bit because I know they're looking at me to see, like, oh, I want to see if it gets to them. Do y'all know I got so much pleasure out of not giving them that satisfaction? Because if y'all wrote that with the intent of we finna get them, no, you're not. Because look, really, they were saying stuff like, "Because you're a real asshole." Duh.
Wow. That was harsh.
But here's the thing: I know that about myself, so why would I get mad? Them talk about some. You're very blunt and direct. Yeah, I know that too. Like it was one of those, and I even start smiling at points because it's just like, yeah, that's me. And I wish Lisa would have did that. Whereas some of them were doing it to intentionally provoke you and get a reaction out of you because again, we're filming a television show.
Right.
I wouldn't have gave it to him. So I just wanted to share that. And Chuck, thank you so much for helping us out because he's right. There was the social worker visit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was that little fake social worker saying, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to come on camera in a minute. Trying to get my life together over here. Sorry. Yeah, that social worker scene was some bull hockey as far as I'm concerned, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, okay. And I said this on my live. Are we done? Are we going to talk about the book? Because I don't want to jump ahead.
Oh, wait. I'm just trying to get. What's up? All righty. I know what that was about. I'm trying to get caught up on the comments before we keep going. Okay, yeah, go ahead, really B.
No, as far as the social worker thing, and again, I hate to always, and I find myself doing this more and more with reality shows, and that's why I'm like, maybe maybe my time with reality shows is sort of coming to an end as far as reviewing them is concerned, because it's getting harder and harder for me to ignore blatant shit that just don't make sense, and I say that to say this situation with the social worker is just bullshit from the point of view of um if both of y'all adopted those boys, explain to me why Martina wasn't in that meeting. Like, if the social worker is there to do a home visit and both people weren't there, the social worker were, excuse me, that
Mhm.
visit, and anybody that's in social work, feel free to correct me because I'm not a social worker, but this is just what I think. I feel like that visit wouldn't count, right? If you and your wife, significant other, whomever are adopting children and the social worker is coming to see how the kids are adjusting, how you guys are adjusting, I feel like sitting there talking to just Julia is bull hockey. Now, granted, Martina, the social worker might have said, okay, I'm gonna go along and give you a little scene for the show, and then we're gonna have our real meeting. And Martina might
Mhm.
have been in the back, with the kids. I don't know. But it just was like,
Yeah.
come on now. And then I don't know if it hit you weird, but it hit me weird when the social worker was like, okay, so what are we gonna do about male influence? Um, you know that you know that that's a same sex couple. I found that to be a little rude that she would assume or ask, so what are y'all gonna do about bringing a man into this? You knew there was no man in the home when you allowed them to adopt. So are same sex couples obligated to do that? Like, if that were two men, would you be asking about, well, where's the woman?
But
I don't know.
see,
That just hit me weird.
well, what got me is one, like I said, I don't know much about social visits, but and maybe this happened and I missed it, but so the social worker wasn't going to walk around the house, see
Well, I'm
how
sure that
stuff is.
I'm sort of show them. I mean, I'm sort of show. Lord, I can't get it out. I'm sure the social worker did do all of that stuff off camera. Like, at least
Okay.
I believe so.
And the only other thing that got me, and I thank you, I was just about to say it, Chuck. That is what I wanted to hear is how are you going to help them stay in touch with their identity? Fuck there being a man in the house or them having a
Right.
male influence.
I
These
agree, and
are black
you
children.
know what? I agree, and I didn't even bring that up last night on my review. But you're absolutely correct. That to me, now if the social worker had asked that question, baby, I'd have been standing up and clapping because again, that's an important question. You have two black boys, and first of all, in Florida. Second of all, with two white women. Third of all, two white women who aren't even American. So we're talking about from two aspects. We're talking about
Yeah.
from an ethnic aspect and also from a nationality aspect. What are you going to do to help these boys? Well, no, I don't know. Are they American? They might not be American either. I don't know. But what are you going to do to help these boys be in touch with who they are? You know what? That's so good. And I didn't think about that last night. I really didn't.
I mean, but that's one of those things that really, and I believe Angelina Jolie with the children that she and I believe her ex husband now,
Brad Pitt, yeah.
right? They made it their mission for their children to have those connections with those that look like them. I can appreciate,
Sandra Bullock did it as well. Sandra Bullock was like, listen,
yeah.
I understand that I have a black boy. Like, I 100% understand that I am raising a black boy. So yeah, Sandra Bullock did it too. Was very intentional. It was very intentional
So
how
I
she raised
mean,
her
and
son.
even with the social worker giving her all these kudos and whatnot, and okay, yeah. The only thing I can give her is being able to realize that if in fact the boys did end up freezing up, being able to identify that it's probably because they were already snatched away and they probably thought that it was happening again. I'll give Julia that much. I ain't gonna give her a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll give her that much.
Yeah, and even identifying that might have been an issue. You're right. I'll give her credit for even identifying. Wait a minute, maybe that's why they responded the way they did. Yeah, I'll give her that.
You got anything else?
No, that's all I got for the social work for that bullshit social work visit.
Now the therapy session with Gertie and Russell, I'm finna say this. Y'all can believe me or not. That's up to you. My ass cried
Listen, me too.
watching that scene.
Listen, I believe you. Cause look, listen, and listen, y'all's not gonna like what I'm getting ready to say, and he gonna probably cut my mic. I don't know. But y'all is not the big bad wolf that he wants y'all to think he is. Now, is he an asshole? Absolutely. But he's an asshole with a heart. And he's not as big of a big bad wolf as he wants people to think he is. That is his defense mechanism. But anyway, that's another conversation for another day. But
Okay.
I absolutely believe you. I do. And I did too. Like that scene really made it did. That scene, it did. It touched me. It really did. It really did.
Shut up, Cajun.
What can you just say?
He gonna say, I told y'all he wasn't. Shut up. But no, because it's one of those like there have been
And
therapy,
Kagan in person is a sweetheart. He's not as big of a troll as he wants y'all to think he is in person either.
but it's like with a lot of like some of the therapy sessions I see watching reality television, either that person isn't accredited or it's staged. Or is you
Right.
just going through the motions? Again, I go to therapy. Shit, I meet with my therapist next Friday. I'm in therapy often. And it's just Gertie, speed running through how they met, and I liked Russell speaking up, even though it was moments where it's like he didn't want to go so far because I can see like I don't want to say too much. I'm gonna break down, being the whole stoic man and everything, but it's just watching them. It's just like I love that they love each other, and
I love it.
when she was pretty much saying how I don't want him to feel like this, he was like, "No, I'm actually in awe and how strong you." When I'm sitting here like y'all finna stop playing with me right now.
Baby went, but listen, when she said that she was having one of her days and she was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If I die, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. And baby, when she said that, Russell told her, you can't leave us. You can't leave the boys. You can't leave me. Mm-mm. And she said that that's what pushed her through. That's what made her change her attitude, baby. Listen, listen. If that didn't hit you somewhere in the back of your throat, I don't know what to tell you.
And then one thing I love about not just therapy, but self reflection and doing the work is when she was in her interview. Actually, she mentioned it in therapy, but then expounded in her interview how, what happened with her coming to, America and, being separated from her siblings and all this other
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And in the interview, when she was like, I feel like that's probably why I act the way that I act when I'm being, excluded from stuff. And she was like, did I just, maybe that's why, oh, I just figured it out. And I'm like, that's how you know somebody's doing the, like, it was that whole scene. I loved it.
Yeah, it did sort of bring it back around us as to why the situation on the ship um, bothered her the way it did, and even just other things. Like she said, it gave her a presence to understand this is why I react the way I do, and this is why I feel the way I do. Because if I feel like I'm being excluded, or if I feel like I'm being left out, it's because hey, my dad dropped me off at a cousin's house when I was 7 years old. I didn't speak the language. I didn't know nobody, and was like, "We be right back." And them folks never came back. Like, hello.
To me, that to me was the best scene of last night's episode. And I'll say this, I'm glad that I watched it when I was at home and not trying to watch it while I was at work, because I don't like being vulnerable. I was vulnerable for that little duration. Like I'm sitting
See,
here
that's what
like
I was telling y'all. I
wipe
told
my
y'all.
eyes and
Didn't I
shit
tell
and like
y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all that?
first of all, I don't cry
Mm-hmm.
often, so let's be clear.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Whatever.
Yes.
Whatever. Um, I'm trying to, yeah, I think the last scene is the Larsa and Lisa of it all.
Child, this scene. Larsa be working my nerves. She knows she worked my damn nerves. Lord.
I'm gonna keep it a buzz with you. I couldn't be friends with either one,
Absolutely not. Oh,
but
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
when it comes to Larsa, with what Lisa is saying is, if you don't tell me what's going on or what I'm doing wrong. I can't fix it. I don't know what to do. That right there says a lot. Where is you're doing stuff and you're not even being adult enough, or you don't have the vocabulary to say, "Hey, you're doing this and it's hurting me, and I'm gonna need for you to correct that if you want this relationship to keep moving forward."
I think what else is important that came up in that situation is, and I think this is the part that a lot of people didn't pay attention to. um, Lisa explained, whether we believe it or not, that's a different conversation. But Lisa explained what happened in Milan and why Jody was so upset and what that conversation was. And basically, what Jody was saying was Marcus was upset at Larsa because Marcus believes that Larsa is the one that leaked those pictures to the paparazzi of him with the Coquiana down to the south of France. Now, I'm not saying that she did or she didn't. I'm not even saying that that's a realistic, that he's right for feeling that way, but that would explain why he cussed her out. That would explain why he was all in her DMs threatening her. Because if he feels like, and that doesn't mean that she did it, but if he truly feels like she is the one that sent that picture to the paparazzi or made sure that the paparazzi got that picture, that would explain why he was threatening her and why he flipped on her the way he flipped on her. Now, the twist up on that is, sir, you were out in broad daylight. Like, I can blame a lot of shit on Larsa, but I don't know if we can blame that one on Larsa. You were literally in broad daylight, sir. Like, I mean, how you gonna blame Larsa for that?
Yeah, like you can do that shit indoors
Right
with
now,
the
if that had been
blinds
a picture,
down,
right? If
doors
that picture
closed.
had been from somebody's bedroom or a hotel room, if that picture had been, hell, even if that picture had been at night and it was just a good flash on it, I'd be like, well, I don't know, that might have been Larsa, y'all, because
Yeah.
we know Larsa, she will carry that damn flash. But sir, you were out in broad daylight, so do I think that it's a legitimate reason? No, but it does explain what the argument was about, because Lisa was like, that's what the argument was about. Now, was it an absurd argument? It sounds like it was sort of absurd to me because, again, Marcus, sir, I don't know how you can blame Larsa for that. But that makes me feel like there was more to the story than what Larsa is just trying to make it sound like, too. Not saying that makes it okay. Not saying that, you know, not saying that Marcus is right. But I think it
Mhm.
put some context in it that we did not have.
Yeah, and I mean they eventually, make up and whatnot. But look, really being
Uh-uh.
I've been watching reality television too long to not let's be clear. These two finna fight at the reunion.
Oh, first of all, they didn't even break up. I mean, they didn't even make up. Because did you hear what Lisa said when Larsa was like, "So can I call you my best friend again?" And Lisa was like, "Girl, we need to go to therapy or something. Like we need to go to some couples therapy. Like, no, we ain't we ain't good yet." So I feel like Lisa understands that they're
Yeah.
not there yet.
Oh no, but what the part that I'm getting at is when Lisa said in her interview when the whole narcissist thing was coming up and mentioning how Larson came at everybody in this group, but everybody just acted like she ain't never did shit. If y'all think Larsa did not watch that and be like, "Oh, really?" Bet. And y'all already know, as much as I don't like Larsa, Larsa does know how to get you the fuck up off of her with her mouth.
Oh yeah, Larsa mouth is lethal.
And she gonna have
Yeah.
some at the reunion for Lisa.
Even when she
Trust
and look,
me.
even when what she say be stupid, like, what do? You don't have a job, you just put people to sleep. Even when what she says is stupid, she definitely always has something to say.
Uh, so y'all, that's pretty much it. Now, I mean, I have to do this because we have to pick an MVP of the week. So let's cue up that theme music.
Hmm.
So I'm going to say because it's a toss up, and I don't want to do a tie. So in the vein or almost how really B was when it came to Atlanta, my MVP gonna be Russell.
Well, it's funny because my MVP is Russell too. At first I said Gertie, but then I thought about it and I was like, no, my MVP is Russell. Because baby Russell said, no, ma'am. What you not gonna do? You ain't leaving this family. Let me tell you what you not gonna do. I don't know what you thought was gonna happen. I don't know how you thought this was gonna go. But let me be the one to tell you it ain't gonna go the way you thought it was gonna go. This ain't going the way you thought this was about to go. You ain't going nowhere. This family needs you. You gonna you're gonna sit here, you're gonna get better, and we're gonna ride off into the sunset. We're gonna do all the shit that we said we was gonna do now. Now go on sit down. So yeah, no, Russell is my MVP.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And yeah, because I wanted to say Gertie only for the aha self-reflection when she was in an interview. Because here's the thing. Sometimes you have to hear yourself say it for it to make sense.
Right. It's like, listen, I say that to my students all the time. When my students come up to me and they get ready to say something and they stop in mid sentence and they be like, never mind. I say, yeah, it made sense when you said it out loud, didn't it? Because sometimes in your mind, you think something. And when you go to say it out loud, you realize, oh, shoot, wait a minute. That's not, no. Okay, no. And I'd be like, yeah.
So this brings to mind um I'm pretty sure it was TikTok, but I saw it on Facebook, and it was this lady where she's in her car, it's raining, and she's not breaking down, but you see she's tearful, and she's like, I'm over here sad for a motherfucker that ain't doing shit. And then she stopped for a second, and then she's like, I'm crying over a motherfucker that don't do shit. She adjusted herself, put her motherfucking seatbelt on, put the wipers on, and drove the fuck. And it was one of those where it took her having to sit, just like going through the motion and saying, it's like, am I really crying over ain't shit motherfucker?
Right. Am I really right? Exactly.
And like, that's what really reminded me of.
Yep. Am I really crying over 8-ish mother effer?
So I guess that's a public service announcement, everybody. Is sometimes you just gotta hear yourself say it. Because when you think it is one thing, it's another thing when you say it and it's just like, that sounded better in my head.
Listen, it always sounds better in your head. Let me tell you something. It always sounds better in your head. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just telling you what I know.
So, and look, this is part of the reason why I talk to myself. I got to hear myself talk. Plus, I mean,
talk to myself because there is no one. I'm sorry.
I mean, plus, I need expert advice. So I got to ask my other personalities. They know. They do.
You don't ask Jasmine? Jasmine don't know? You don't ask Jasmine? Jasmine don't know?
Jasmine will say, she is so damn judgmental because she'll just be looking at me like, sir, I don't give a fuck about none of your problems. I am not your emotional support animal. She will sit here, roll her eyes in the mirror. Yes, ma'am, I'm talking about you. See, yes, I'm talking about you.
Hey, Jasmine. Say hi. Let me say hi to Jasmine.
You know what? Come on.
Hey, Pookie.
Come here. Stop that. Jasmine, stop being mean. Stop being a brat. Stop being a brat. You're being a brat. Say hi.
Jasmine is not having it.
She's not.
She is so not here for this.
Okay. I'm gonna put you back over there. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna be hanging out. I'm gonna be hanging out with my other pit bull puppy this weekend. So, and Benji's as big of a spoiled brat as Jasmine is. So.
Oh yeah, and then it doesn't help that her grandma, be feeding her scraps and shit. And I ain't got no control over it. And she was like, yeah, because I be feeding you. I'm like, where the fuck you start feeding my dog? So my dog in the backyard doing her business. My mom then bought a collapsible bowl for Jasmine.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then has the nerve to be like, I don't think you be feeding her because she ate all this food. I'm like, if you put food in front of her and it's human food, it don't matter if she full or not.
She gonna eat
a food. And I'm like, have you not seen that? Now she finna look at me crazy. I'm like, have you not seen her belly? It's the reason I call her
Yeah.
mama. Jasmine is very well fit. Yes, I'm telling your business. She is very well fit. Okay, do you hear me? Oh my
A
gosh.
mess.
With that being said, really B, how about you let the people know what you have going on?
Well, so y'all know I'm getting ready to go out of town, which is another reason why I'm off camera because I'm multitasking, you guys. But um, so the regularly scheduled programming is going to be off a little bit until I get back in town. But I can say that tonight we are going to get a Big Brother recap tonight. I will be uploading a Divorced Sisters episode 5. I know that episode 7 just dropped last night. We still getting caught up. Um, I'll probably schedule that upload to premiere tomorrow. Um, and then when I get back next week, we're gonna do 7. We're gonna do 6 and 7 as a live review. So we'll do 2 episodes at one time, and that way we can just kind of talk about everything that's been going on with that. Sunday night, it's going to really depend on whether I can get you guys Atlanta. It's just I don't I'm gonna be visiting with my niece. I'm not really sure what the schedule is, you guys. Um, of course, Monday night is the whether you like it or not panel. By Monday night, I should have watched the episode, and I should be there for the Monday night panel. I'm trying to have a surprise for the Monday night panel. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it off, but I'm gonna try to have a surprise. And then, what is my other show? Beyond the Gates. I'm probably gonna do that next week when I'm back in town as well. I'm only gonna be gone for the weekend, y'all. I should be back home by Tuesday. So Wednesday, just be prepared. Tonight, I'm also think, yeah. So that's what's going on, you guys. So just know that there is no schedule this week.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, her and El Teddy did do an episode for the Teacher Project 2.0. I'm more than
We
sure.
did do a teacher project yesterday. We sure did. We
She
sure
wasn't gonna
did.
tell y'all though, but I'm gonna tell y'all. So yeah, again, the same thing as always. You know,
And do you
Atlanta.
have a mod in here?
I
I
don't
think you
think that
got a troll.
we're almost done, so it's fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
no problem.
But Atlanta, the panel. Well, actually, I'm not even gonna say Atlanta because I'm not reviewing the reunion. I'm just gonna do the panels. I have this panel and working with not really be with JB for us to nerd out or geek out over some of the Marvel shows. Like we really want to do Ironheart, which is that it touches home because again, it's South Side Chicago, I'm West Side Chicago, and I do love being able to somewhat see myself in certain characters. So we shall see. But with that being said, please know that the Atlanta Whether You Like It or Not panel will be at Simply Sakina's.
Yep.
It will be a good and chances are she's probably gonna have the juicy. Either her or Busy gonna have the juicy reunion. I got the boring one. Because
Well,
ain't
I
shit
got the season finale, and the season finale won't shit either. So, I mean, up until the last 10 minutes with that bullshit
I
confrontation
mean,
with
look,
Phaedra
okay,
and
so we had to
Angela.
play Blues Clues. It's okay. It's okay. All right, so hey y'all, thank y'all so much. Like I said, we gave y'all something a little light. Thank y'all for being here with us. We will see y'all really be gonna see y'all before I see you.
Yeah, because y'all gonna see me in a little bit, in probably about 10:30. I will be doing Big Brother.
All right, so you all have a great, fantastic evening. Let's round out this week with much success, prosperity, love, all that good stuff. And yeah, we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace
All
out.
right. Good night.
Bye, everybody.